This is Paradise Ocean Hotel. Written by Nick Haskins. Narration by Reese. Chapter 3. Showtime. When Mr. Lee gets to room 129, he pauses for a second before slipping his keycard into the slot. When he opened the door, the woman lay stiff on her back in bed, just as Tamara had said. She's all bloody with the comforter pulled up to her neck. Mr. Lee walks up to the bed and just stands there. After a moment of looking at the young white girl's black and blue face, he starts to scold her. His low, raspy voice hisses through the room when he says, "I'm your fucking boss. You were supposed to listen to what the hell I said. You dirty slut, I was taking care of you. And you repay me by giving yourself to another man? Well, not on my watch. And not in my hotel. You only screw the men I tell you to. But he wasn't a trick, was he? You liked him, you lying bitch." When he hears a key card slip into the door, Mr. Lee whirls around. He exhales the big breath of air he breathed in when he sees Gloria quickly entering the room with the heavy door closing behind her. He looks at her for a moment before he asks, "What are you doing back here? I thought you were gone for the day." Gloria looks at the girl before her eyes land on Mr. Lee. She crosses her arms over her chest with disgust painted on her face. "You didn't. Please tell me you didn't make a mess like this on property for the fucking housekeeper to find? Are you crazy?" "Shh. Be quiet." He looks at her. "And how did you know what was going on so fast? Did Sherry call you?" "Of course not. She and Tamara are looking spooked at the front desk because their boss is a sloppy bozo who can't keep his dick in his pants." Gloria stops talking long enough to ask, and who is that?" when she notices a pair of legs over by the window that Tamara didn't see. "She was with him here. I think he was her boyfriend." Gloria goes and stands over by the buff Hispanic dead guy. First, she looks at all the blood on the walls before looking at the blood running out of the guy's head. "What did you hit him with?" When Mr. Lee doesn't answer, Gloria's eyes land on the metal lamp not far from the body. Mr. Lee looks at the lamp too. "Don't worry, I wiped it clean. My prints won't be on it." Gloria spins back around to him, pissed off. "Ronnie, you cannot be serious. Why did you do this? Wait a minute. Did you catch feelings for her?" Gloria looks at the body when she says, "She was one of the worker girls, you idiot. What were you thinking?" "She wasn't working, Gloria. I walked in here and caught them having sex." "So what? You're not her husband or her boyfriend. You're nothing but an old man with a big wallet, a bad temper, and a belly full of Viagra. So you can make sure it's always hard for these young girls, right? Now you wait a one goddamn minute." "Oh, shut up. You just killed 2 people on property, and guess who has to clean up behind your nasty ass? Me. I can't believe you. Now this is going to shut everything down. We only have Jessica and Nicole, with Jessica bringing in the most money. Now we're screwed until this place cools off. Gloria, no more girls. I want out of this. I should have never agreed to this. So now this is all my fault." "You brought her here. Jessica was your girl." "You're right. She was my girl, not yours." With Mr. Lee standing there looking defeated, Gloria asks, "Now, besides Tamara and Sherry, who else knows about all of this?" "I told Sherry to tell Mike. No one else knows." No one else was here." "Good." When there was a heavy knock at the door, Gloria says, "Showtime." Mr. Lee looks nervous as hell when he asks, "Gloria, who is that?" After another knock, a strong voice says, "It's the police." Mr. Lee's eyes bug out of his head before he whispers to Gloria, "Did you call them?" "Don't ask me any questions." She looks down at his open fly. "Zip your damn pants, and then try zipping your lips, because I want to hear as less as possible from you." She heads to the door, but turns and glares at Mr. Lee before she opens it. Keep your shit together, Ronnie, and follow my lead. When Gloria opens the door, 2 burly cops were standing there, 1 male, 1 female, 1 white and 1 black. The white dude goes first. Police department, we got a call. There was a possible murder here today. Are we at the right entrance? Gloria opens the door wider. Yes, you are. I called. Please, come in. They both walk into the room with the black lady cop asking, is everybody okay? With her hand on her gun, looking as if she was ready to pull it out of the holster. We're fine, but I can't say the same for these 2. Gloria leads the way to the bed. When the housekeeper walked in here earlier, she found them. As the male cop talks into the radio on his shoulder, the female officer asks questions. You said the housekeeper found the bodies? Yes, Tamara Johnson, the young lady behind the front desk. She didn't see the man lying there, but she did see the woman in the bed. That's when she came and alerted Mr. Lee. Gloria takes a breath as the cop writes down everything she says. Ma'am, where were you at the time? I was out running afternoon errands for the hotel, as I do every day, on my lunch hour. The cop looks at Mr. Lee when he asks, why didn't you call us when your housekeeper first discovered the girl in the bed? Mr. Lee looks at Gloria before his eyes land on the cop. I was in shock. For a minute, I didn't know what to do, so I called Gloria. Gloria steps in with, and then I called you. The male cop asks Mr. Lee, who could have done this? Are there any leads of yet? The cop waits for an answer. Mr. Lee thinks back to earlier in the day. 4 hours earlier. Look at her. She finally brought that sweet ass to me. Sitting at his desk, Mr. Lee looks at the security cameras intensely. He watches the young blonde who just popped out of the white Ford Fusion parked by the door in front of the handicap parking sign. He grabs himself as she walks up to the hotel. When she uses her key card to enter the back door, Mr. Lee reaches into his pocket and unscrews the top of a clear vial. He then taps a small amount of cocaine onto his fist before quickly snorting it up his nose. Damn, that's some good shit right there. He rubs a little powder on his gums before he reaches into his other pocket for the bottle of Viagra. He takes a tablet out, but stops before he puts it into his mouth. He's glaring at the security camera again, but he's not grabbing himself this time. He watches the blonde return to the door to let in some tall dude. Who the hell is that? As Mr. Lee looks on, he can't help but notice the guy is young, buff, and good-looking, which infuriates him even more. He sees red when the blonde kisses the Hispanic guy right there at the door. He jumps out of his seat and marches for the hallway. I'm going to crack his fucking jaw, and then I'm going to take care of you, Jessica, because you belong to me, you whore. When Mr. Lee steps into the hallway, one of the regular guests stops him. There you are, Mr. Lee. I was looking for someone at the desk. Mr. Lee looks behind the front desk to see it's empty before his eyes are back on the little old lady in front of him. Mrs. Franklin, hi. I can get you some towels. You can? Bless you. The lady looks around. Where is Sherry and Gloria and that Tamara girl? Mr. Lee rushes towels out the side door to the woman, hoping she would take them and go. He has a jaw to crack. Here you are. Oh, goody. They're nice and warm, just like I like them. Also, I was going to ask you how Gloria... Let us know if you need anything else, says Mr. Lee, hurrying off in the opposite direction. When he gets to room 129, where the blonde is, he rushes in after unlocking the door. When the door opens, he sees the Hispanic guy fucking her hard and fast.
Lorenzo! Yes, that's it! Oh, yes, yes!
The blonde is into it until she notices Mr. Lee watching them. She shouts,
What the fuck?
After almost jumping out of her skin. She then quickly slaps the guy between her legs, back, and shoulders to try and get him to stop.
Lorenzo, stop, look!
Says the blonde lying there scared, looking at Mr. Lee. Jessica, what the hell you think we're doing? After jerking his body off Jessica, the Hispanic guy looks around at Mr. Lee standing there and then at the blonde. You know this old dude?
Yes, I do. He's the one I was telling you about.
The blonde glares at Mr. Lee, no longer scared, but mad.
What the fuck are you doing in here, Ronnie? This is my room.
in my fucking hotel. Yes, this shit is weird. You didn't tell me old dude was going to be a problem. When the Hispanic guy goes to get up, Jessica grabs him.
Baby, wait, he's not a problem.
Standing naked, the Hispanic guy says, he's standing here staring at my dick and balls. He's a fucking problem, Jess. The second the guy turns his back to Mr. Lee, he picks up the heavy metal table lamp and cracks him twice over the head with it. Oh, dude, I'm only 51, motherfucker. Ah, shit. The guy grabs his head. Don't worry, Jess. I'm about to take him out. Disoriented, the guy staggers towards Mr. Lee but falls on the side of the bed where he stops moving.
Lorenzo? Oh my God, Lorenzo, get up, get up.
You skunk ass bitch. This room smells like dick and ass.
Ronnie, what are you doing in here? I told you I would see you on Friday, not today.
Mr. Lee walks up to the bed and socks the girl in the jaw. You don't fuck another man in my hotel. Holding the side of her face, the blonde is furious.
What is it with you and all this my hotel stuff all of a sudden? What's wrong with you? We make money together and sometimes I let you have sex with me. That's it. Lorenzo is my man. That's why I was making love to him in my room that I paid you for the last time I saw you.
She looks at Lorenzo's legs again.
He's not moving.
She looks closer.
He's dead, isn't he?
The blonde starts crying, reaching for her phone.
I'm calling the cops.
But before Jessica can dial, Mr. Lee swats her hand with the lamp he's still holding, drawing blood.
Ah! Ronnie, you hit me! You cocksucker! You're going to jail!
With a dark, sinister look in his eyes, Mr. Lee says, Bitch, I'm not going anywhere. But you are. Right before he drops the lamp and starts attacking the blonde on the bed. The present. The cop asks a silent Mr. Lee again. Do you know who could have done this? Are there any suspects that you could think of? Mr. Lee snaps his head when he says, No, not one. This gruesome scene is all that was left by the time I made it here. Then he looks down at the dead girl in the bed. I didn't see anything. When the female cop opens the door, she looks through the hallway. Her eyes stop on the cameras in the ceiling. Cameras work? Gloria was quick to say, They sure do. The cop looks at her. Can we take a look at the footage? Our perpetrator should be there. He's probably long gone by now, but we'll search the area for him anyway. Next, we plaster him on all the news stations. We'll find this creep, and these cameras will lead us right to him. Mr. Lee thinks, Oh shit, I forgot to pull the tape when I was up there. Fuck. As Gloria whizzes by him, he steps towards Gloria, ready to stop her, but he doesn't say a word. He just stands there, looking scared to death, as she tells the cop, Follow me, I'll take you right to the footage. Leaving Mr. Lee in the room, Gloria walks in front of the female cop. Her bulky body charges towards the front desk, showing her 2-inch pumps no mercy. We can head right through here. She unlocks the control room door and walks in. With the cop walking close behind Gloria, she asks, Who else has access to this room? Ronnie, me, the head housekeeper Sherry. As Gloria starts rewinding the tape, her cell phone rings and she looks at it, ignores the call, and puts it back into her pocket. When the phone rings again, she answers, Hello, what is it? It's Mr. Lee whispering on the other end. Can she hear me? No, where are you? I'm in the hallway. The cop is in the room with the 2 other officers that just pulled up back there. Okay, what do you want? You know they can't see that tape, right? Watching now. What? She hung up right when the cop said, Stop here. Let's start at 9 a.m. and go from there. Okay. As they watch the surveillance video in fast motion, Gloria says, There I am, leaving out for lunch as I do every day. They watch the front desk cameras, the entrances, and the hallway cameras near the room where the girl was murdered. But there was nothing out of the ordinary to see. No suspects, no answers, and no Mr. Lee. When they get to the current time, the cop asks, Is that everything? That's it. Keep that tape. Once we get a subpoena, we'll be back for it in previous days. When the cop hands her her card, Gloria takes it and looks at it for a moment before putting it into her pant pocket. Okay, come back when you're ready and we'll be here. When the cop is gone, Gloria looks at the front desk camera where she sees Tamara smiling at a guest, as if not a ton of shit is going down around the hotel. Before long, Gloria clicks the listen button on the side of the security motherboard. Let's see what happened in here earlier. She frowns when she presses play.
Every damn day she comes in long enough to boss everyone around, stink up the bathroom with her massive dumps, and then the next thing you know, she's out of here. And honestly, I like it that way, so we don't have to deal with her all day. I still don't know how she always pulls that half-a-day shit off, but she does. Well, hun, you'll get a schedule like that too if you were sucking the boss. Oh, hey there, Mr. Lee.
After Gloria stops the audio, she mocks Sherry.
Oh, hey, there you are, Mr. Lee.
Sounds like the help is the one that wants to suck his dick. As Gloria fast forwards the bug she planted on the front desk, she says, "You two dumb welfare recipients should be lucky your broke asses got a job. But keep talking about me like that, honey, and you'll both be back on the goddamn unemployment line, hungry and begging like you were when I hired you. Keep fucking with me and watch when I make that happen." She scowls as she listens to more.
What time did you get here today? About 45 minutes ago. Okay, nice. What time did Gloria leave? About 15 minutes ago.
Next, Gloria pulls out a security tape and pops it into the machine. It shows what Mr. Lee was afraid the cops would see. It's him going into the white girl's room at 1:11 p.m. today. Then the tape shows him darting out of her room 9 minutes later and running up the hallway. When Mr. Lee walks up behind the front desk sweating, Gloria stops the tape. This is the real security footage the cops want to see, Ronnie. But instead, I switched the date on yesterday's tapes so they wouldn't catch your slimy little ass. She pops the tape out. I have the footage and the bug from the office for safekeeping. So, don't mess with me, Ronnie Lee. Gloria puts the tape in her purse and gets up. Or else.